Hello students, today we are going to see how to prepare a balance sheet from the given ratios. Sometimes in the sums that you will find a list of different ratios and some of the components of balance sheet may be given. In such case, how to make use of that information for creating a balance sheet, that we are going to see today. Whenever you have to prepare a balance sheet from such information, you need to first concentrate on the amounts which are given rather than concentrating on ratios. First of all, just find out what all amounts are available in the sum, and with those amounts what other components that you can find using the given ratios that you can see. That is how a logical sequence needs to be determined before solving the sum, or you can go step by step from the given information or from the given amounts. What you can find out first, you can identify, you solve that equation, you solve that ratio, you will get some of the components of the balance sheet, and from that information next you can find out what other information that you can find, and this is how you will get most of the components of the balance sheet from the given ratios and from the given information. So let's see one sum on how to prepare balance sheet from the ratios.
Just one correction in the sum. Fixed assets to net worth is 70% instead of 7%.
Now in the given sum you can see they have given you details about the sales, and they have also given you the ratio sales to net worth 4 times. Now you can easily understand sales amount you already have, so you can easily find out net worth using the formula. Now this is the formula which is given, or ratio which is given in the sum. If you will put the amount of sale in the given formula, sales is 12 lakh. Okay, so net worth we do not know, so I am writing as it is, equals to 4 times. So you can easily find out net worth equals to, now net worth will come to this side, 12 lakh divided by 4. So 12 lakh divided by 4, net worth answer will come to 3 lakh. Now we'll see where you can use this net worth amount to find out some other component of a balance sheet. Okay, just check it out now. Now next they have given you current liability to net worth ratio. Now we have net worth amount here. So if we use this amount in the next formula, then you can easily get the amount of current liability. Now ratio given is current liability to net worth, which is 50%. What does it mean? Your current liability is 50% of the net worth. Now you can easily understand 50% of this amount is 1,50,000, but we will show it in the formula. So current liability we do not know, so I am writing as it is current liability. Net worth is 3 lakhs equals to 50%. This is how you can find out current liabilities amounts to 1,50,000. Next ratio is total debt to net worth. I am writing it here. Total debt to net worth is 80%. So we know the net worth, so just putting the information in the formula. Total debt we do not know, so as it is we am writing. Net worth we have found out that amounts to 3 lakh. So 80% as it is I am writing, so you can easily find out total debt. So keeping this as it is, this I am transferring to this side. So 80% of 3 lakhs, the total debt comes to 2,40,000. Okay. Now when you have total debt here, you can easily find out long term debt using this. Total debt is given, current liability that we have found out. From the total debt, once you minus the current liability, you will get long term debt. When we say total debt will cover your short term as well as long term debt. The next ratio that is given is current ratio. Current ratio is the relationship between current assets and current liabilities. Out of that you have current liabilities here, so you can easily find out current asset. Now in the given formula, if we'll put the amounts, ratio is given in the sum itself. Current assets we do not know, so I have written as it is. Current liabilities we have found out, that is 1,50,000. Now if you will try and solve this equation, current assets will come to 1,50,000 into 2.2 current assets. Now cross multiplication will perform. So current assets equals to 2.2 into 1,50,000. So the answer comes to 3,30,000. This is how we have found out current assets as well. Now check what else we can find out from the given ratio. Next is a sales to inventory. Now I am writing here sales to inventory ratio that is given. And sales ratio is 8 times. Now what we can do, sales amount is already available, that is 12 lakhs. We do not know inventory, so I am writing as it is inventory equals to 8 times. So you can easily find out inventories. Inventories equals to 12 lakh divided by 8. So the answer comes to 1,50,000. The next ratio which we are going to solve is average collection period. Equals to, now this time is given in days, so we are going to consider 360 days in a year divided by debtors turnover ratio. Now if you solve this equation, debtors collection time or debtors collection period is given, that is 60 days equals to 360 divided by debtors turnover ratio. If we solve this equation, debtors turnover ratio will come to 360 divided by 60, that is 6 times. Now the next ratio that is given is fixed assets to net worth, which equals to 70%. Now if we solve this equation, we do not know fixed assets right now, so I am writing as it is fixed assets. Net worth we have calculated and that amounts to 3 lakh. So I am writing here the amount of 3 lakh net worth equals to 70%. If you will solve this, fixed assets will come to now 70%. Now this will be transferred to this 70% of 3 lakh, that comes to 2,10,000. This is how we have got most of the elements of balance sheet. Now finally we are going to put all these components together and we'll prepare a balance sheet, and let's see if it gets tallied or not. Now let us create the balance sheet. We'll write the main components first. To this side normally we have fixed assets. Okay, in the sum fixed assets we have calculated. Then current assets. To the liability side what we have is net worth. In the sum whatever you have found out that you are writing. Okay. Now to this side we have current liability as well. In the sum we have seen there is a total debt. Okay. Total debt means short term as well as long term debt. Now short term debt is nothing but your current liabilities. So you can easily find out long term debt by minusing current liabilities from the total debt. So you will get the long term debt, which amounts to, we'll write it here, long term debt only. Okay. In the sum total debt is given, which amounts to this total. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll just write down the information whatever we have found out. So fixed assets we have found out, that is 2,10,000. Current assets we have found out, that is 3,30,000. Then net worth we have found out, and that amounts to rupees 3 lakhs. total debt is 2,40,000. This and this together is 2,40,000. Out of which current liability is 1,50,000. So what we'll do, this is 2,40,000 together, out of which this we know that is 1,50,000. So if you'll minus 1,50,000 out of 2,40,000, your long-term debt will come to 90,000. Okay. Now apart from this, we have also found out inventory and the debtors. So that is a part of a current asset only. So we are going to show it here. So inventory and debtors also. Now just find out the amounts. Inventory comes to 1,50,000 and debtors we have calculated, which amounts to 1,60,000. Okay. If you will find out total of this two, so that amounts to 3,10,000. Okay. But current assets amounts to 3,30,000. So you can easily find out there is some amount of balance missing. You can consider that as a cash balance, because cash is the main component of current asset. So the remaining balance we are adjusting here, that is 20,000. That may be the cash. So this plus this together is your total of current assets. Now you can try and tally the balance sheet. So find out the total of both the sides. This amounts to 5,40,000 and this also amounts to 5,40,000. This is how we have prepared balance sheet from the given ratios. This is how you can easily understand by using the information about the ratios and the components which are given in the sum. You can easily find out different components of balance sheet, and now you can put them together in a proper format. That's how you have to just identify which components you can find out with the help of the given ratio and the given amounts. So one by one you can solve it like a puzzle, and then you can put it together all the information, so it will create a balance sheet.